Welcome to Light Laughter and Lattes. My name is Geri Habstritt, and my co host, Patty Peterson, are happy to be with you all today. So, welcome everyone. If you are listening via Oneness Talk Radio, Facebook, or YouTube, jump in the chat and say hi. The chat is open, and we are glad to be with you today on this February. We are in a brand new 50,000 year cycle, right? Post Green Comet, it's still affecting us, but it was closest to us on February 2nd, I believe, February 1st. But so everything is new. We're in this brand new cycle, and I'm seeing lots of new things showing up in my life. So that's fun. And we've got these Wednesdays in February that are all about the open chalice. Right. What are we filling our chalices with? Are we taking good, nurturing care of ourselves? I know that's a big one, especially for those of you who are light workers and healers. We always want to help everyone, and sometimes we help everyone in lieu of ourselves. And so important to make sure that we're filling up our chalice right now. And a lot of that has to do with the ascended heart. And we can only fill ourselves up with as much as we can receive. And the ascended heart may be something that's new to a lot of people. That's not in our traditional chakra system. If you're on the path of ascension, it's our new anchor. So, Patty, you want to share with people a little bit about what the ascended heart is?
Well, absolutely. We all should know where our traditional heart, the human heart is, which also has its portal and it's got a brain. Science even shows that our heart has a brain that's 5,000 times stronger than this, the one in the head. And yet so often this is what's running the show, right? And so when we start waking up and we are on this path, we're clearing out the old limiting beliefs and egoic tendencies and our hurts and traumas, and that's that lower three chakras. And we'll touch a little more on that in a bit here. And then as we clear those out and balance them, find them in their balanced state, we can then, our traditional root is no longer the root chakra, we can live from the heart. And then when we do and live from this ascended heart, we open up 12-point galactic blueprint, 12-point chakra system above. And this is our protective helmet. This is our connection to the infinite that we are and all that is. And yet, navigating humanity, our human self, on this journey with the heart, there's a lot there, right, Cher? We've been through a lot.
There's a lot there, yeah.
All
yeah.
Had heart pain. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, too, so many traditional religious systems or whatever, it's taking people to the heart. And I know yoga is so much about anchoring, rooting, the root chakra, rooting, putting cords into the earth, right, is a huge part of yoga. And now as we are ascending, that whole modality is shifting. It is not, we don't root into the ground or send cords into the earth anymore. That's an old way of being. We're now saying, Gaia, Mother Earth, we're big kids now. We don't need to put cords into you and make it even harder for you, right? We're going to root into our hearts, and that's going to be our new state so that we can lift and beyond. But before we can even do that, we have to have a stable traditional root chakra. Like if our root chakra is still in a space of not feeling safe to be the truth of who you are, you can't stabilize and anchor your ascended heart. So that has to happen first. And that's challenging. I've been walking that one for a good 3 years now. Haven't totally anchored it yet because my root goes in and out, in and out. Now I feel safe. Now I don't quite feel safe. Now I feel safe. Now.
Exactly, Geri. And for anybody that feels like, boy, I'm really struggling there too. Why is it hard or whatever? It's like, have mercy, because there's a lot going on beyond what our mind knows. As we do, we're healing things from this lifetime we've lived thus far, but also, our lineage, our generations. And then, there's refractions from past lives that we're healing in this lifetime. So there's many layers here, as we continue to discover, those things around feeling safe in our skin and who we are, to feeling supported, and all of the money issues tie into this lower chakra area too.
Mhm. Right. Right.
Tendencies to overdo versus balance our beingness.
Mhm. Yeah, and a big one right now, since I mentioned the green comet
Mhm.
and the Mars effect that it's happened is part of that. So that's triggering, and I did a show on this too. I don't remember when, last couple weeks or so, but that's triggering our past life experience, not past life on this planet, but our past life on a previous planet, which was Mars, and
Mhm.
that life experience was Solaria. And so we came here to balance that experience, bring that experience to balance. How many times we've even been here on this planet to do that. And so that's a big trigger right now too, that is, you know, can initially stop you from lifting into your ascended heart and anchoring it if you get caught up in the story. But if you can lift through that and like, oh, I get it, and smile at it. And the message we just got in a reading out of the I Am Discourses, out of one of those books. No, it was from an ensoulment, excuse me,
Mhm.
was that if we can look at those experiences and smile at it with the joy of a child, but the wisdom of the divine being who, like, oh, I get this, ha ha. It's like, boom, we
Right.
can break that pattern, and we can lift out of that in ways that we couldn't even imagine. So I've been trying to remember that little tidbit. So when something for me gets triggered, like from my experience, it's a lot about time.
Mhm.
Time is really still,
Yes.
I'm like, time still got a hold on me. And I know it was from that experience on the planet. Okay, lift, laugh, smile like a child. Time's an illusion. Right.
Right. And I see clients in my healing space, and for some of them, that's what's revealing is this past lifetime, the original Atlantis Solaria, and the energies we're swimming in now are stimulating that piece to be healed. And it may be new to anybody. It may not make sense why they're feeling anxious, and the more that you trust yourself and find the teachers, if you have questions, Geri and I are self-ascension coaches and medical intuitives and can assist you there too. And trust that the answers will start flowing for you. I know when I started waking up at the end of '07, somehow Shri and Kira's book, Atlantean Revelations, was the first thing I read that came in front of me. I didn't even understand what it was all saying, but it was about that end times there. And yet I sobbed and I sobbed, and I knew I was being cracked open, even though the mind of form didn't know, which is usually a good thing. It doesn't always have to know everything. But then I knew to follow this, and that's been the journey ever since. And that's when Geri and I met.
Yeah, and fascinating how that works out. Fascinating how we are bringing the people around us that we need to heal that experience, and totally unaware. I mean, like the first time you and I ran into each other, we were both on our way to a Shri and Kira event. We were both at the Minneapolis airport. We'd never met, didn't know each other. I saw you walking to get on another airline and with the big smile on your face. And my first thought is, I wonder if she's going where I'm going. Like, why would I even think that?
That's
You were
it,
a
right?
complete stranger, right?
Yes, out of
Or not,
all the
or
people
not.
there. Yeah, exactly.
It was a big airport, right? And so
Yes.
and I get on another airline, and we go to this hotel, and I leave my room to go do something, and there you are in the hallway. I pass you. And then we go to
I'm
this
still
big room.
oblivious. I'm still oblivious. Okay. Yep.
And then the next day we're meeting for the event, and there's all these chairs, and you can go, put your
75
books on a
people.
chair and go grab some tea and wait till the event starts, but you kind of picked your seat. Well, sure enough, we both come to our seats, and we had put our stuff right next to each other.
Exactly. Look, trusting we're being guided, right? Who is crossing in front of our paths right now to help our hearts?
Yes, yes. But so we're in this experience right now that's triggering those past experiences as an opportunity to heal it and not repeat it in this 50,000 year cycle. We don't want to repeat this past 50,000 years. We want to start anew. So to be able to see the gifts of the past, lift and heal them. And now we're going to lift through that. I mean, think of the lower chakras really as the past 50,000 years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And now we want to anchor at the heart and above, and that can be our new 50,000 years is being anchored in the ascended state and living from a higher state of being. And that's really where all the magic is. When you held up that divine black galactic blueprint, when that opens and the city's open and all, that's where the fun stuff is.
That's it, that we don't have to keep learning and growing through pain.
Right.
Earth school is that's how it's based. It's pretty dense, and most of our lessons come through pain. And a lot of us have been through a lot of heart pain, right? To then find the healing, find the gifts, to then lift into living in that higher.
Yeah. And as you're saying this, Patty, I'm thinking of, one of the questions I always had was like, well, how about these babies that are born with heart stuff, right? They're not, are they really picking this up from their family and their surroundings? Probably not, because they're just born, right? So they haven't had any traumas yet, except for maybe the birth process, and like for me, I had rheumatic fever when I was in 5th grade, which affected the heart. I had a heart murmur and had to take penicillin shots once a month until I was a senior in high school. And that heart pain I carried in from the Solarian experience. And so that was a carryover. So many of those things that that we come in with are, birthed as a way to, this time we're going to bring balance to what happened at the end of that experience.
Right, and possibly other lifetimes even here too.
Sure. And I think most people have some heart pain, which the ascended realms are calling the universal wound. Not necessarily held right in the heart, that could be anywhere, but a lot of people are experiencing a lot of heart issues as a result of that. And as we're lifting into the ascended heart and anchoring it, especially with this last full moon we had, I know for me, lots of heart stuff. Like when I pull the cards of clarity, I'm like, oh, what's going on? And I'll get maybe 3 out of the 4 cards are some kind of a heart card. And what I noticed in me is the full moon was fantastic. And usually that's what happens, right? You feel all that illumination and you feel great. And then it's a day or two after that it starts to kick in into your body and starts,
healing process, a healing crisis, a healing. Yes.
The healing begins. And it might show up, for me, it showed up as anxiety or like this panic. What do I do next? Oh, how do I do it? What order? Oh my goodness, time, and all these things. And I just wanted to scream because I wasn't even existing well for a couple of days. And finally, it took me just a conscious, I've got to stop this and I've got to breathe slow.
Yeah.
And I went and got some incense and I went around my house with the incense and went into gratitude, for literally everything in my house, in my life, my kids, the experiences, the good, the bad, the whatever. And I was in tears within moments, lots and lots of tears that whole day. And that completely stopped all of the anxiety. I was in the present moment and everything was good since then. And so that can tend to be maybe a symptom of the heart trying to open when that anxiety arises. So gratitude is one way of stepping through that and lifting.
Absolutely. And forgiving ourselves and others. I'm definitely witnessing some of that anxiety in my clients, very much so, and feeling it, even heart palpitations. And a couple of people close to me, women my age, are literally having heart symptoms, out of VFib, going really fast and going through wearing heart monitors and and each one of us, our symptoms, especially pain, all of it is a call to consciousness. So it's their journey. They're not asking me for answers at this time or, insights. And I'm just witnessing how their being is speaking to them. It's time. Listen to your heart. And are we ready? The heart is about, the physical heart is circulating our blood. And that blood is joy. And Geri talked about that joy, and that's the third chakra when anchored, is this joy of just being, as you were saying, that gratitude, that joy of just being this gift in this form, right?
Mhm.
And that's what that heart is. It's pumping that to all areas of this beautiful vessel. So do we, are we suffering with potential clots? Where's my joy congealed or stuck? And then there's also in the center, the chakra, fourth chakra is the immune system, thymus gland immune system. And how, again, thinking of, am I not feeling protected? It's all about that, the protection of the body and the being. And so there's a lot of pieces that we may have there.
Yeah, I think we're going to continue to see, as we're trying to anchor in the ascended state, lots of heart stuff. And of course, that comet is still expressing, and I think we have a reflection of it coming up on the 10th or something,
Oh,
like
okay.
an exact
Yeah.
mirror of it. So there'll be more of that. And of course, that
Mhm.
comet's green, the color of the heart chakra, right?
Yes, yes.
One of the ascended heart chakra is actually, it's not a spiral, it's an infinity, and it's a double infinity.
Hmm.
One the green, color of the green comet,
Yeah.
and one that's
Yeah.
gold,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a
Yep.
double. Yep.
Yep, it's a
Like
double.
lower chakras lift into the double to go up the exploded, the throat. Truth. Up. Go ahead.
Right, exactly. So there'll be a lot of hard things, and one of the things you said reminded me. Today I went in and did some substitute teaching, and the gal that was that works there that I'm fairly good friends with, she had mentioned to me that she knows lots of people that are getting spontaneous blood pressure stuff,
Oh,
just dropping really quickly,
yeah.
going up and down.
Oh,
Like, it'll be fine, then they'll stand up and down, and they pass out, and she'd mentioned that, something that's I didn't know.
yeah. That is fascinating. Again, related to the heart. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Our bodies are speaking to us, and there's always opportunities there. If we don't go too, well, we have choices, but I know, I've mentioned before, I come from the medical field, and so often that first thing is, oh no, what's wrong? And, what's the diagnosis? And tying to some of that. And that's a choice. Otherwise,
Right.
you can start looking at the mental, emotional, and spiritual underpinnings of energy that are affecting.
Mhm. In one way that I always know where I'm at or what's coming next is
Hmm.
by watching what's showing up around me. You
Hmm.
know, so if
Hmm.
I spend a little time on Facebook, what kind of posts are showing up? What kind of
Hmm.
ads are showing up? Are they ads about heart stuff, right? Or maybe like literally the night I went out before I had all this heart stuff and I had the anxiety coming up.
Mhm.
Um, I went to like a dueling piano show, and there was a whole bunch of there was a group of women there that were desperately not loving themselves.
Mm. Mhm.
Excuse me. Needing lots of self-love, and it was being expressed in funny ways. And of course, I noticed this and witnessed it. And
Mhm.
so it was, that's what's coming through in me, needing to love myself a little bit more. And
Mhm.
sure enough, the next day that was that energy. So if you're in a space like, oh God, what's going on? What's happening to me? You just take notice about what's around you.
Mhm. Right. Yeah. Who's crossing your path? What else showing up? Are there certain themes, especially if you see a few themes going on? And, there's, I know, for myself and Jerry, I think we've both said, oh, I've been working on self love so long. How can there be more? you know, and, and it really hit me when a mentor said, self love is accepting exactly where you are. Because, I tend to have that, I'll say it's, firstborn Capricorn tendencies in me go, 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 and check off the list and do. And, and, and it's like, okay, wow, let's sit with the self love. I accept exactly where I am with the symptom, without the symptom, whatever it is. And I like the statement of, I love myself as I am and as I am not.
Mhm.
That just notice how your energy and just putting our hands on our heart helps calm the whole system if you're feeling anxious, anybody, but and then I love myself as I am and as I am not. I forgive myself. I did the best I knew with my consciousness at that time because it's
Mhm.
all about balancing the self love with partner, family, and global love.
Right, right, and you can't honestly even ignite that global love until you've loved yourself enough,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
partner side, which may be your body, is the partner.
Right, right. Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's as we heal ourselves, it's such a huge gift out to the all. That's just sometimes so much more beyond what our brain knows, the positive that's going out.
Yeah, I love when you did that, when you said it's gift to the all, everything illuminated, all the lights in your everything got lighter, your background, everything.
There we go.
Magic in the moment, creation in the
Right.
moment, right?
That's yes.
Let me take a peek and see where we're at for time. Okay, where are all our chatters today?
Yeah.
Do we have any chatters?
I don't see any in my end. Yeah.
Um, what might can you think of anything else we might be moving through at this time around the ascended heart?
Well, I mean, it can show up in so many ways around in the body, like we mentioned, many other areas, and underneath is still that
Right.
deeper connection into who are we really as this divine being in this human experience, and how do we connect with that more, that infinite timeless essence.
Mhm.
That's and what is each of us is unique in that way. How do we feel, know, and command that in? And um, and then that the connection, as you're just saying, with the connection to all, reaffirming that we're always protected. I mean, we're always supported, guided. How are we trusting that? And that's partly here and here, right?
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, one way that I'm supported and guided is always through the cards of clarity.
Yeah.
Um, Lots of guidance with those. So, should we do an ascended heart spread since we're talking about the ascended heart?
That sounds fun.
Do a
And
little reading on that. Okay, so we've got new cards because we're in a new 50,000 year cycle and everything is new and been up leveled. We are in a new state of creation. So I don't know if you've all noticed that, but it's a good time to consciously do things the way you've always wanted to do them. And
Exactly.
so, yeah, whatever you've been dreaming of, just start doing it. Maybe you're not in that house or that place or that town or with the people, but I mean, take the action steps now.
Yes, one small step even creates this ripple effect, right? It's power, and
Right,
and feel it as if it is.
right.
There's that swim in that gratitude. Oh, thank you for this, whether it's a home or whatever it is that you're wanting to bring in. There, I feel that in the heart.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's time really right now, if you want to get that energy in motion in this new cycle, to
Mhm.
start doing it, whatever it is, whatever you've always wanted. The morning routine, the people you want to be around, take a step, find one person, find the group, find the lessons, whatever it is, now's the time.
It's a beautiful time to take that action step. And that helps lift into the heart because that's a big piece of the solar plexus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, that's the action step needed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're right. If you hang around, you're in the energy of like a hesitancy or a doubt energy. And I know what that did. That created toxicity in my body by not moving forward.
Mm. Ah,
So, and
that, yeah,
that's a whole nother topic, but what you
that,
said, yeah.
that's a good point. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use just the statement, because this ascended heart reading is for everyone who is listening right now, and anyone who might be listening to this, a year from now or 2 years from now. It matters not, because there is no such thing as time. You're called to whatever you're called to at the right time, because it has value for you when you get it, when you receive it. So.
Exactly. Always trust that.
Yeah, so I'm going to use the intention of, whatever is in all of our highest,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll be the intention. Okay. And so the first card is the Archangel's card. And we've got that one. And the second card, I should have had you read these for me, is the
Yeah, I can.
Ascended Masters. Okay, got that card.
Okay. Yep. So the first card, the Archangelic card, you said, is going to be our primary guidance. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep. And the third card is
Source
Source
card.
card.
That's going to be the energy needed to keep everything in balance.
Yep.
Call it forth from within.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And our fourth card is what?
Benevolent ones.
Benevolent
And this
ones.
energy
Okay.
we're ready to receive and need to call forth to heal.
Okay. Benevolent ones. Got that. And the last card is our
Self-Ascension, the chakras we were talking about.
okay, Self-Ascension.
The
So I've
personal
got those.
in front of us. Are we ready to walk through this challenge? So
Okay. Okay. So our first card is Archangel Sophia.
What were we just talking about? We know what Sophia
The
says.
heart and judgment. Okay, and that first one, she's Archangel 10, and what is that first one, Patty? What is the meaning of that card?
The meaning of that first card is the primary guidance ready for us to put into action.
Okay, so this is what we're ready to put into action.
Yep.
Unity through love as a pure heart is calling to you in all aspects of your life. To fully embrace this gift begins with the self. As you carry any judgment about your body, your life, your actions, now is the time to honor them all with the unifying energy of love. Beyond romantic or false love that is transient, call forward the love that is you, is all, and is ever present. Relax, smile, and invite this recognition to be the catalyst for expansion. And there is a reverse. I'm going to read that too, because there's value in the reverse side. The call to stop judging yourself and others is loud and present. Literally everything can be resolved when you bring to the forefront the recognition that you are enough just as you are. and as you aren't.
Well, how about if we all say that? I am enough, and really feel that and anchor that, especially in those lower chakras, you know?
So this
Yeah.
is the essential union seeking expression in this moment. Love yourself enough to release assumptions. Float, if even for a moment, in your truth upon the sea of neutrality, and everything will change effortlessly. Okay, so let's do that.
Deep breath in.
Okay, I'm there.
Beautiful.
The neutrality, that place of non-judgment where it's just, you can imagine yourself, it's called the sea of neutrality, and that's a place where you can go, seventh dimension, right? Not in a place of non-judgment. So it's a place of just being neutral, just not having an emotion over anything, whether it's good, bad, or otherwise.
Wrong,
Right?
black, white. Yep, it
Yep.
is. Beautiful. The ascended master, the assistance that is present to help us.
Okay.
Ascended master.
The Mary Trinity.
Oh, we're really, yeah, that love energy. Oh,
We're really into our heart today. We were asking for it when we called it the Ascended Heart Show, weren't we? We're getting
that's
every heart
it.
card in here. I can about guess what the chakra card's going to be.
Oh.
Okay, Ascended
Grab-
Master 7, the Mary Trinity. From the heart of all its aspects of perfect balance, the Mary Trinity is the wholeness of all the attributes of the divine feminine, freed from the limitation of judgment. She is calling you to be the balanced energy of love, light, and power, free from restriction or limitation. You are safe to express this aspect of your being and encouraged to bring this into the situation before you. Gentle and loving reassurance is being offered as the Trinity within ignites and the peace of your empowered feminine energy expands. Remember that this energy transcends gender and invokes the recognition of true power through balance. This gift is always present within your centered heart and peaceful mind.
Perfect. There's definitely the theme.
Okay, so the first one was what again? What was the first?
Sophia, Archangel Sophia.
Right, but that was
that's primary guidance. Okay.
the primary guidance.
To
Okay,
put
to
into
release
action.
judgment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And love self even more.
Okay.
And the assistance is this Mary Trinity that is present to help us.
Okay, so now we're going to go to benevolent ones 4.
No, source card 3, the
Oh,
fulcrum.
we're going to go to, okay, I usually do that one
This
after.
energy helps us to stay balanced, in balance.
Okay, I know what this is going to be. It's going to be the presence card. It's not.
Oh.
It's
No expectations.
no, well, usually that's what it is for me, but I got the, it's source 3 potentiality.
Oh, I have not had that yet. I've only had the discover.
So source 3 potentiality, and this is what we need to keep everything into balance. And it's kind of the fulcrum is what it's called. I am as you are. I am as you are. So that would be really to stay in star consciousness, to be in star consciousness.
See the divine.
Yep, to hold that star consciousness open and to stay in that ascended state of being. It's the ultimate namaste, right?
Yeah, beautiful. Anybody else starting to feel floaty? Right. These cards help heal. They lift.
They do.
Okay. Number 4, benevolent one. The energy you are ready to receive and need to call forth to heal.
This is one of my favorites.
Oh, yes. Love the color too. You're all swimming in pink and these are pink. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
who doesn't love a birth card? Now we can go out and see babies. I always see babies when I get the birth card. Yes. Everywhere. Babies show up where they shouldn't show up. It's so much fun.
Mm.
Benevolent ones, 3. Oh, and what is the thing for this card, Patty? What?
The energy we're ready to receive and being
Oh,
called forth to heal.
okay.
So
So we're
even
ready.
some people that recognizing this birth, that it's a read it, Geri, and yes.
Okay, so this is what you call it forth then. This is what you're
Mhm.
calling forth what you need to heal.
Yes.
It's birth. Out of the womb and into the world you have come. Whether this experience is painful or joyful, you are being called to acknowledge the joy of being here now. If pain is present in your life or those around you in any form, emotional, physical, or spiritual, then know it is your time to transcend it. Pain ceases when you acknowledge the gift that it is offering. Birth yourself through this experience and ask the pain what it is teaching. As you learn through this birthing process, the joy that is your truth will come forward. Your newborn beingness is ready to enter the world as the gift that you were born to be.
Yes. Ooh, feel that? Feel
Yeah.
the chakras going.
And I can tell you some of the most challenging times of my life where I was literally shaken to the core, I would run and grab these cards, and it would almost always be a birth card.
Mm,
And that actually helped me get through it because yay, I'm birthing, even though it's painful. That was the good side of it for me. So
yeah.
I can make it through knowing that there's going to be a newborn, a new me on the other side.
To keep going through, and that brings forward what's just in my mind has been when we're talking about the heart and going through all this healing is to honor our emotions. Cry the tears, they're healing. Giggle the joys, and if there's anger, be with it in a safe manner, because anger is a movement energy. It can break up stagnation. And so often we can feel pain in the heart, at least I can, as a medical intuitive, of people stuffing these emotions, and they contribute to illness. So
Right.
it just kind of reminded me of that too. Through the birth, be with the emotions, don't stay there forever, but acknowledge, get the gift like you're saying, so we can then lift through.
Right.
Perfect.
Yep. Good point.
Yeah. All right, our last card for the exploded, not exploded, crown, ascended heart, is a self-ascension, the personal challenge in front of us. Are we ready to walk through this challenge? Now, this is going to be one of the
I'm
chakras.
changing
Okay.
my mind on what card I think it is.
Pay attention with honesty to your knowing.
Oh,
Breathe with trust. Okay. What could
it's self-ascent. Ooh, clarity. Self-ascension 6.
Okay, third eye.
Clarity card.
Mm.
That's our challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Really? All right. I trust it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Lifting. This is okay. I'll go on the medical intuitive. Share what the card says. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Clarity arrives as we accept the truth of everything and everyone. You already know the answer, and your self-doubt has clouded the clarity that is yours. The area on the forehead between the eyebrows, the third eye, is inviting you to reconnect with clarity beyond this world of formed illusions. And this is yours to command. As you accept the clarity of this world, say yes to greater transparency in your life experience. Commit to radical honesty with yourself. What is your part in this or any other situation? This step takes the courage that you have, and the rewards are worth it.
Beautiful. Whew. Yeah, this is a big one, and it governs our endocrine system. People may have imbalances there, and so much of balancing the energy there is healing all of the finding the gifts and the lessons from family of origin and partners. And sometimes, it's a common place to stay in victim area around and, blame. And how are we finding those? Wow, they're in my life. As a beautiful teacher, what am I developing in myself to bring more energy here, and then to see safe to see beyond, and connection with your own personal guidance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, in this, of course, right? This is the story I just shared with you. as we were talking beforehand, is
Yes.
my final healing experience for my heart to bring my physical body into freedom from this life experience was the clarity that brought me that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I had a really big divorce with my ex-husband, and we had 7 years of going to court and fighting kids and businesses and money, and it was ugly. And so what I did is I took all of the old photographs that I had of the two of us that went from high school, middle school, our wedding, and put them in the fire and put really nice soft music on. And I really wasn't expecting anything. I just knew that this had to end in this old life cycle, and I'm starting a new cycle with a new energy.
Yep.
And so I just sat there by the fire. And when I did that, just being present, all the clarity came flooding in about our agreements together, what he was here to help me with, what I was here to help him with. We were best friends on other dimensions, and how we came to help each other heal our hearts. And in that moment, all the anger, all the pain, all the sadness, it released, and my heart opened completely. And I think I held my heart and cried for 2 days. And that was my final lift, really, to get into the ascended state. But like this just said here, it was the clarity, me being able to lift myself out of the what seemed to be horrible and terrible, you know, trips to the court and the bad words and the harassment and even the victim stuff, the abuser stuff.
Right.
All of that was to bring me to where I'm at right now, right
Yes.
here,
Yes.
And so there was not even a tiny angry morsel left in me after that. And it was the clarity that did that.
That is
So
so.
lots of bonfires around, huh? Have people watching this?
Yeah. What are we ready to transmute of the
Yeah,
past for our rebirth?
right. Because when you burn anything, you can receive the true gift of whatever it is. I can remember years ago when I was in the divorcing experience, and my kids were going back and forth from my ex's house to my house each week at a time. And every week, my youngest son would show up with one of my ex-husband's t-shirts in his suitcase every single week. And I was like, how is this happening? He's got this tiny little suitcase, and every week, I mean, this was like 4 weeks in a row, here would be one of my ex-husband's t-shirts. And I'm like, dang. So I built a fire and I chucked one of his t-shirts into the fire. And that night when I went to bed, all the information came to me as to why the t-shirt was showing up in the suit. And it was still something that I was holding on to. And so that t-shirt was something that I was calling forth with my energy. And the other me would be like, doesn't he see him packing? Isn't he helping him pack? Why is he throwing a t-shirt into my
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, we never know the way our gifts, lessons, and insights and clarity show up. That's great.
Yeah. Okay, Patty. Well, do you have anything else that you would like to?
Not that's coming to my mind at this moment.
Okay. Well, it was lovely to be here with you all, and hope you have a fabulous rest of the week. And until next week, go out there into this new 50,000 year cycle and create the life of your dreams.
Walk through those old comfort zones, and
Yeah.
fly and expand, and
Yes.
we enjoy.
Namaste.